everyone's anxious to go walk around, but I want to get a clear shot of inside the cabin before we end up putting any stuff in. So we're in cabin 11, which is one of their more deluxe, primitive cabins. So it's a little bit upgraded with the fridge and the microwave and the TV. So it's a little smidgen more than some of the other primitive cabins, but I thought we would want the TV. And at first glance, it is gorgeous. I think it's very well maintained. No ceiling fan, but you might be in a climate here, you're kind of in the mountains where you don't need a ceiling fan. There is an AC running. So in a minute when I can step in, I'm going to shut the door to preserve that AC. That mirror behind the bed is nice because not only is there a nice little shelf there that you could set like your cell phone on, but that helps reflect the light. That helps reflect the ambient light throughout. It is the same similar setup as other primitive cabins with your big bed and then your bunk beds, but look at the thickness of that mattress, guys. That looks extremely comfortable. All right, I'm gonna step in so I can keep the door closed. Teddy's out on the swing holding Lucy for me so I can try to get this, because I know if I get busy bringing stuff in, it won't look the same. Really, really nice quality AC unit in here, and you can feel it. It feels very nice. Now granted, same thing as I just did, keep the door open at a minimal. I had to stop and remind Teddy, sometimes he gets swinging and forgets that you shouldn't bang into that. So these bunk beds look like they're really good quality too. They have your average mattresses, but unlike the place we were at last night, they look like they're in really good condition. And this one has 2 windows, which is pretty typical of what you get in these primitive cabins, but they look like nice quality windows. Nice, like, I like the curtains that are kind of just a solid color. Sometimes if they're themed to the area, they look good, but then sometimes they just can't be too busy looking. Door looks in good condition. You do have a trash can. You have a little table here with 2 bar stools. And like I was mentioning earlier, this one is a little bit upgraded. It has the mini fridge. Even looks like it has a freezer section in that mini fridge. Probably good just for like ice maybe, or cold packs. A microwave and a TV. Lights in good condition. I do wish more of them. That one we saw in Waukene, Kansas, I really wish more would have some kind of lamp or something that you could have at night just to not have to have just the bright light. Smells really good in here. It doesn't smell musty. You do have the typical broom and dustpan. Nice little like hanger here. Although I think that would be hard if you didn't have, like, as far as you wouldn't want to hang clothes unless you brought hangers with you. But you could hang like a small towel and then set stuff up here. That would be nice. Step back, make sure I get a picture of that. Kind of getting tired a little bit. We're now on like day 8 or 9 or whatever of our trip, and I'm getting a little bit wearing and tearing here. I like that you see trees outside, so there's nobody like right behind you. I wanted to show you how cute that little braided rug is right outside the door too. My grandmother Wyman used to make braided rugs. Careful not to hit your head, honey. You get going down that too much and it swings back, you'll know it. But I want to show you guys around the site too. Same thing in case we get busy. I like that it's elevated. Parking is also elevated, so just be wary of that. Just be aware of it, I should say. Not really weary, but be aware of it. And so if you have mobility challenges, this could be a challenge. For us, that's not a challenge, so this is okay. I love the picnic table right out here. And I love how the fire pit sits off to the side. Teddy had mentioned having a fire tonight, but I am unprepared. I don't have any real like camp chairs to sit near it, or fire starter, or marshmallow sticks, and I don't really feel like buying all of that, especially when there's not a lot of room in our car currently. But if I was to come back through here, this is a winner, isn't it, Teddy? Now would you like to show them what you're really excited about, that there is one of the playgrounds up here? Yeah? Okay, let me shut up the car first. Lucy's kind of liking all the trees and sniffing. It is a really big KOA, so I will try my best to get around and show you as much as possible, but I am really tired and we still have to acquire food and stuff, so I may not get to everything. So I take it here are the two more of the deluxe primitive cabins, and then it looks like up this D street are the regular primitive cabins, and I tell you, I would not be at all disappointed with any of those either. And I love how like you have the trees here, but the grassy spots. It is a gorgeous KOA. Before I forget, check-in was extremely friendly. It is gated here, so it's very secure. They give you a little kind of like an RFID chipped card that you show, and the gate will open for you to come in and out. But what a gorgeous playground. Oh my goodness. Wow. This is phenomenal. A phenomenal playground. Wow, there's more cabins up behind. Looks like there's tent sites up around too, so wow. I love the little bear bench seat too. We might go sit in that in a minute. The mosquito buzzing in my ear though. I might have to get our mosquito dope out. There's another bear bench over there. Oh my goodness. I am so glad I booked here. We had two really awesome KOAs this trip, followed by one I actually couldn't stay at, had to ask for a refund, followed by last night's, which was doable, but it didn't blow me away, but it was doable. This one so far is blowing me away. This is a nice holiday class KOA. Yeah, he's gonna absorb, oh, there's a bridge he's coming across. He's gonna absorb every ounce of this playground until it's dark. And then he's gonna want this probably in the morning before we leave. Let's show you the cute little bear bench. And there's one, like I said, over there. How cute. Lucy, sit. Wow. What do you think, Teddy? This is phenomenal, isn't it? I'll take a whole walk around and show you. I will sit on the bear, honey. This is gorgeous. Although I'm getting bit by mosquitoes, I might have to go get some bug dope. You gonna come down the slide for me? Ooh. Wow. Teddy said, Mom, sit on the bear. So I am. Now, as much as I like our cabin and the fact that it has a TV, with the placement of the playground, I'm almost wishing I was in one of these. So I could do like I did last night in the KOA we were at and just basically stay right here and have eyes and ears. Our cabin's a little bit too far for what I'm willing to do with him still at his age. He is only 6. So I still kind of like to at least have some eyes and ears that I can know, at least hear and see off and on what's going on. But wow. The only thing is a lot of it is like you are in the mountains. You're on a hill. So be mindful of that if you're, bothered by that to like walk down to the office. I haven't figured out yet where all the restrooms are. I'm thinking there's a building up there that's restrooms. I haven't had a chance to look at the map yet. And I had said this in last night's KOA review too. I like to do these vlog style. I don't do them overly edited or overly polished. I like you to experience it with me, unless it's one that I've been to frequently, like in Davenport, Florida or something. I want you to see it how I see it and how it reveals itself to me. Are you gonna go up backwards? Just sitting, he's doing something. He's got some game going in his imagination world. But I cut these, like a lot of what I do, very vlog style, very just kind of taking you along for the experience with me as I discover it, or as we discover it as a family. So I was right. Up above all the cabins is a bathhouse, and I love it because it's individual stalls. That makes it a lot easier for me to especially assist Teddy now that he's willing to take showers. So there's a potty, like that one he's coming out of right now. There's a potty and a shower. So I'll probably go in after him and then I can show you. Just waiting to, let's untuck your shirt, sweetie. So I haven't been doing like KOA bathrooms because I don't like doing filming if they're not the individual stalls, just because I never know when someone's gonna walk in, but this is nice. Especially this one's a handicap accessible. You have the toilet, a nice little bench and hangers, and a shower stall with a shower seat. Nice. Yes, this is much easier. And they're air conditioned. Sometimes it's so hard when you're at a campground and you come out of a shower and you're already sticky before you can even get your clothes on. Nice sink area too. So yeah, this is a huge high perk to this campground. We're gonna go up here. I think there's a little camp kitchen up here, but I wanna, like, the details. See, I grew up in Maine, so this whole Northeast just gets my heart. Come up here because I do think, but look at some of the tent sites up there. If that's what those are, I think so. I think I see T's on the posts for the numbers. Like a lot of KOAs do designate that. Like a T would be tent site, K would be cabin. Wow. I would bring a tent back here, especially like that one way up there that's up on the stone wall. Let me click in to show you. Click, click. Yeah, that just screams me. That one way in back with a picnic table. All right, I'm gonna click back out. Click, click. Was I right, Teddy? Is it a camp kitchen? Oh, nice. So there's a grill here, and I'll show you. It is right out behind the bathhouse here. There's also a dumpster, so you can dispose of your trash. Trying to not get Teddy caught up in Lucy. Benches here, waste cans, nice sink area. A microwave even. So even if you were tenting in this area, this is a huge amenity to have for a tenter. I do know, because believe it or not, prior to Teddy, I was a pretty heavy tent camper and actually hammock camper. You come down a level, there's another gas grill, and then you're looking down at the cabins and then the playground that Teddy was just at. I think we might, maybe we'll make a little bit of a loop. No?
Back and cool Lucy.
Yeah, probably go back and cool Lucy down, but I think we can loop down this way, is what I meant. This will lead us right back down towards our cabin, but wow. Nice. And I love that it's so wooded. It just has a really nice feel to it. Really does. Oh, more sites. See that? That's a tent site. Wow, this is an amazing KOA. I mean, amazing. That's a beautiful tent site for KOA standards. I mean, that tent site's huge. That almost looks like state park, national forest type standards. Wow. All right, Teddy, we'll loop back down towards our cabin. I think you're right. I think it's a good idea. I'll set up and we can sit in the air conditioning for a while. We had a long ride today, so we know Lucy kind of needs some cooling off time. Look at the bunny, guys. Lucy doesn't see it yet. The bunny right in front of that cabin. Teddy, do you see it? Don't go to it, honey. Just watch from afar. Good job. Lucy's watching from afar, too. We're going to click out to show you. Oh, there goes the bunny. Lucy, that was a good leave it, honey. That's a real good leave it. Teddy, leave that in the driveway, honey, in the road. No, Lucy, leave it, honey. Good girl, you did good. I waited too long. And you're like, Mom, is the leave command still in order? But yeah, I think that is a deluxe one too. I wish we could have had that one. 12, because the reason why I say I wish is because it's right across from the playground. I know it. After we walked around, when we saw the bunny, I got thinking about it. I'm like, Teddy, are you sure you don't want to change cabins? And I'm a little bold. I don't mind calling and asking, because we hadn't put our stuff in or anything, just had filmed it. So I did, and since we're here just for tonight, I think it might be taken tomorrow night. So that'll be a help. So we are right across from the playground. Plus the driveway, a little bit more even, although I couldn't back in very well, so I just gave up and aimed it frontwards. Our backup camera's not the best in that. So now, Teddy's like, I need to cool down, so I'm gonna get our bedding. And I usually mention this in every KOA review. You are supposed to bring your own linens in these primitive cabins. Sometimes you could rent, sometimes not. I usually, when I'm coming to KOAs, I have fitted sheets and a blanket, and then I also have sleeping bags. So it kind of go back and forth, but I usually put the fitted sheets on, even if we're using sleeping bags, just for extra protection and stuff. So I'm gonna go get those and set those up first. There, the crew's getting settled in now. It's funny, normally he'd be at that playground, but I think we're tired. We had quite the ride today. It was not quite the ride we had expected, so. But I bet you'll be back over there again tonight, won't you? So this is what it looks like. We're a little bit nerdy. So I have a Lego Movie comforter, a Lego Movie blanket. We have a Mickey Mouse body pillow. We have a Raphael from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pillow. And we have Lucy's blanket is Stitch. And a lot of times she likes being here with us, but sometimes in the night, especially if Teddy's really wiggly, she wants her own space. So she'll come over to her blanket. So, and then sometimes I put a fitted sheet, but if it's just going to be her on that twin bed, Teddy says he's happy here because we have a TV in this cabin. So he wants to be on that. And I don't blame him. That mattress is beautiful, isn't it, Teddy? That's a comfortable mattress, isn't it? Yeah, you look like you're ready for a nap, honey. So I brought in some snacks. We've been eating and eating and eating all day, so we all thought tonight we might just have some graham crackers and peanut butter and some drinks and stuff like that. All right, well, I got a few more things to bring in. So here's our outside. It is just as lovely. Actually, I like this site better. I know it's not as wooded, but when he gets energy and he wants to be on that playground, plus I like that the driveway is level. A little bit closer walk to the bathroom. So we're out taking one more walk. It's funny, Teddy's played at the playground. I'm looking at Queen Anne's lace, admiring it. Lucy seems to be feeling better, so we're trying to get a good walk in her. I brushed her really good too. She ate a little bit of dinner. If you don't know what I'm referring to, the drive here, so that would be in the previous vlog. She was kind of not feeling very well on the drive, so I had some concerns, but I think it must have been maybe just something yucky, like water or food or something, or I don't know, but she seems to be coming out of it. So we were walking around this corner before, and Teddy took quite a dive right here, and so that's why we had turned to walk back towards our cabin. And he said, no, Mama, I think I feel better. I think I want to keep walking. So we're going to keep walking. Proud of you. Because if you were really hurt, I wouldn't have minded going back. But you got up and shook it off pretty good. So I'm going to try to get some steps. Because on our long drive today here from where we were, we did not get a lot of steps. Mr. Herbal medicine man here. He's gonna fix his boo-boo with a leaf. That is super cute.
Yeah,
You can't see Teddy, but what he's trying to do is I don't know why he thought we needed to open it, but we came outside, we can hear the katydids. There was some fireflies out here earlier. I'm not seeing any now. But listen, I'll be quiet, you can hear. I'm not going far, sweetie. You can stay there, you don't have shoes on. So this is normally the time I'd be making coffee, but we have quite the thunder shower coming through. Jet boil time might have to wait a minute. Storm has passed. You just hear some rain dripping off the trees now. I finally got to go up and use the restroom. Now making some hot water for coffee. It's funny, before I can even really get a reel filmed, different clips for a reel, and tell you guys this, my water is already way over boiling. So let's get making it. I'm a huge fan of Jetboil flashes. This is actually my brand new one. I have been using Jetboils, my gosh, since before I even moved out of Maine in 2012. Huge fan. I went with a fire maple for a while. I just didn't like it. I mean, it is cheaper when you're buying them new. The fire maple is a cheaper product, but I just wasn't as much of a fan as I am the Jetboil flash. And right now I'm mostly using it just to heat water. But I do hope to upgrade and get like the Jetboil stove system sometime soon too. But even if you're not a diehard camper, I recommend like having one of these in your stash. If you live anywhere where you ever lose power, just, I mean, easy way to heat water in literally seconds. But even if you're a car traveler, I mean, I happen to be at a cabin. I've been known to pull these out at picnic areas and fire it up for ramen, tea, coffee, you know, you name it. I'm just going with instant coffee this trip. You can get a press for these too. You can get a French press for these. I'm just doing some Starbucks instant with some honey, and sometimes, a lot times in the morning, I put a little bit of ginger in my coffee. Sometimes cinnamon if I have it on hand. I use honey, just a drizzle of honey for a sweetener. And I don't really use many creamers because I have a dairy allergy as part of the alpha-gal syndrome. So a lot of times if I do, it certainly has to be a non-dairy or a plant-based dairy. Like a lot of times if I'm ordering from like Starbucks or Dunkin' or something, I do get some oat milk, or I like coconut milk. Those are my two favorites. But anyway, water's hot. I'm gonna mix it up and enjoy the porch swing. Lucy's already, let me see if I can, I'm in the closer mode, not the far mode, so I have to move slower here. Show you. She doesn't care that it's wet. I brought out her food and her water in case she'd like it. She's already kind of been snacking a little bit this morning. She just likes laying there and hearing the birds and looking for rabbits. There's a ton of rabbits around here, and she thinks she needs to be the mighty huntress, the mighty warrior, and go get them all, or at least let me know they're all there. A little side note here, on a damp morning like this, where even though it's not raining, but it is damp and you might still have some drips coming off the trees, I'm gonna at least set it under the overhang so while everything dries out here and cools off. So I took time this morning to edit a little bit, just enjoy my coffee leisurely from this nice porch and this nice porch swing. Called my mom back home in Maine, let Teddy really sleep in. So it's going on 8:42 a.m. now. Teddy probably slept until like 8:15. And we took Lucy for a walk when he got up, and then he used the restroom and everything, and then he wanted playground time. And so that's what he's doing while I pack up. So hoping we'll still get down front to show some of the other great amenities that are more down by the office, but I don't know. Teddy and I are gonna try to finish up some of this lovely KOA before we get hitting the road, because there's just so much to cover here. We want to, when we reflect, also look back and realize why we loved it so much. So we were too tired to come down and do a lot of this last night. One thing I did want to point out, because I'm not sure if I did, it is very secure here. You have like an RFID type card that reads just off those readers on that pole. And there's like 3 different gates here. So there's a gate, and that one card reader reads to all the gates. So it's nice. It's really secure. I like it. I felt safe here. There is a pool area, and I'm sure it's nice. I don't know if I'll walk up the hill to look at that or not. I like a gazebo area. Teddy's interested in the other playground. Of course, you saw him busy as a beaver up there on the playground near our cabin. They have a gem mining thing. There's a whole skate park here, bike park, and a bounce pad, which is deflated right now. They usually blow that up later in the day. Another like bear statue. So I'm gonna walk around and show you guys some of this because I've certainly never seen one with a bike park, skate park. There's also nature trails here. Also somewhere, I'd probably say off in the distance there's a catch and release pond. Again, I don't know that I'll walk out and do all of that today, but I can at least show you, here's the general area where you would find all that, and they do have those wonderful amenities. But we do need to still put 4 or 5 hours down today, so we're just gonna touch up here a little bit. And the gift shop, the camp store is awesome. So I promised Teddy, since he's done so good the past couple days, hey, it's time he can have another trip reward. So he's gonna go into the camp store when he's done playing and pick out a little souvenir of some sort. Also wanted to point out over there in the distance, they have horseshoe pits, like a beach volleyball, and a little, probably a half-court basketball. Oh, it also looks like over in the bushes, I can kind of see the piece of another net that's probably a badminton net. So yeah, wow, a lot of amenities here. I was just letting Teddy know. It does cost extra to do the gemstone thing, the panning. And so one of these days I will do it with him. I'm not gonna do it this morning, but sometimes he just likes stopping and pretending, even though he doesn't have any of the sand or anything to sift. And I'd say over behind there, it looks like that's where one of the nature trails either takes off or comes back in. So Lucy is taking advantage of us walking around some more on nice grass. She's been so happy since we've been in areas with grass. And today might be a lot of interstate travel again. So I really am kind of lingering this morning, let both of them get some wiggles out before we hit the interstate. Oh my gosh, there's even hammocks down there you can lay in. Hold on, folks, let me click. Click, click. See those yellow hammocks down there in the bike park? How sweet is that? If you remember, we did have a thunder shower come through this morning, so a lot of stuff is wet. What a view though. So happy to be back in these mountains, these Appalachian mountains. There's a look at this playground, although I'll be honest, I mean, it's nice. It's nice comparatively to some KOAs, but man, not much beats that one up by the cabins, that wooden one. That whole fort system. That was quite something. But in all honesty, yeah, that playground right there in front of me beats some of the ones we've seen recently that just still have really old equipment. The only thing I'd like to see is maybe a better shade structure up over it. Because yeah, even up here in the Northeast, it does get hot. Are you pretending you're jamming? Yeah? You're mining? Yeah. But this KOA on a whole, I can't stop saying enough positive about it. This is an amazing KOA. They were super friendly. They were super friendly at accommodating me when I asked if I could switch cabins. And again, that all depends on availability. You know, they can't help it if something's not available, but they were so good about it. They had everything switched over when I came back down to the office to switch like my gate key and everything. Really, just, yeah, this one's a 10 out of 10 for sure. Wanted to come down and check out this. This is really cool. Now, we have friends in Florida that have a YouTube channel called Wheels Around the Sun, and they're really into bike riding. And I have a feeling, Teddy, that your Florida pen pals, as he calls them, would love this place. Look at this. So it shows you are here, and it shows the hammock garden, the bicycle playground, out on the skills trail, another skills trail, intermediate jump line, and of course then you have the jumping pillow. That's to put air in your tires, honey. So like if your bike tires needed air, that's what that's for. And then there's also a tool kit, which I'll mention. I don't know what any of those tools will be used for, but I have another friend that does a different kind of biking. Follow Thomas on YouTube, so check out his channel. He rides all over the country on his bike. I mean, for like 500 miles at a time. So yeah, he would know what all those tools are. I do not. Teddy, do you want your picture with that bear before we go? The big bear? Don't mind my freshly showered funky hair, but I did finally find Camp K9. And I've had so many places to walk Lucy that I didn't really need to walk down last night to use it. This is a long walk. I probably would have driven her down instead, but there is the Camp K9 and it looks pretty good. Well, we should close it out this way, Teddy. That's an adorable picture. Anyway, I've said it several times, highly recommend. No, you didn't get a chance to do a teddy tour. Next time for sure, huh? GoPro's not charged up anymore. Anyway, this is definitely a 10 out of 10. Highly recommend, and we'll definitely come back by this one again. Peace and love, gang. Keep adventuring, and hey, we'll see you on that next one. God bless, and much love going out, and many hugs to you all.